Okay, good evening everyone. Apologies for the delay. Joined here at Wembley Stadium by Nani Madaweki ahead of tomorrow's visit of Uruguay. As ever, 2 questions per person. If we do get time, we'll come back to you. And we'll get underway when you're ready. Rob Dorset.
Nani, great to see you.
Good to see you too.
If you're in this news conference, it tends to usually mean that you're going to be starting tomorrow. I know the manager probably hasn't told you that yet. But with 2 of your Arsenal teammates not here, Ebere Eze and Bukayo Saka, they're a bit of competition for you as well. So I wonder whether you look at this as a really big opportunity and a big expectation and maybe a final chance to kind of impress Thomas Tuchel before he names his World Cup squad.
Yeah, I feel like pressure and expectation is a given when you're trying to put on the 3 Lions shirt. In terms of Ebbs and B, obviously they're 2 great players, but there's competition in our squad everywhere. So whenever I come here, I always know that, and be looking to, if I play tomorrow, do the best that I can for the team.
Look, I'm sorry to remind you, but you had a huge disappointment here 4 days ago at this very place. It must be weird to be back so soon afterwards, but you've still got so much this season for club and country to achieve. You could be a treble winner and go into your first World Cup finals. So how much does that drive you, and how much do you feel there's still left for you this season?
For sure, as a collective, Arsenal and England, there's a lot to play for. It could be an amazing end to the season, and that's what we work every single day for, to try and achieve our goals, and hopefully we will.
Alex.
Hi, Nani. For Arsenal, you've played on the left and the right this season, so do you see the left wing as a potential route into this England team as well?
Yeah, wherever Mikel or Thomas wants me to play, then I'll play there.
You're in a unique situation where you're competing with Bukayo Saka at your club, and then you come over your country in the same there. So what is that like when you're up against the same player, both in club and national team football?
Yeah, of course, yeah, it's competition. You guys probably see that more than we do. We don't really see it like that. We play for Arsenal and England, and we got the collective at the forefront of our minds all the time. So, of course, he's a top player, someone I'm very close to, and I'm glad I get to play with him for both club and country for sure.
Carrie.
Nani, can we talk about this perfect split left-right foot? I think only Semenyo was in front of you last season in terms of that percentage split of how close it is. But it's also, if you can talk to us about your different roles as the inverted winger on the right and then the more out and out on the left, because the switch that we saw against Andorra when you assisted Kane just showed how naturally you do this.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different. I feel like on the left, it's easier in open space, a little bit more difficult when it's dense. But yeah, I think I tend to be a little bit more direct on the left than on the right, just because of the angles. The angles are a little bit different. But like I said, I'll play wherever my coach wants me to, and try and do my best for my team.
Can I take you back to that phone call that you had with Mikel Arteta and your dad about going to Arsenal? And he said it was that 2-footedness of this, you as a player, that was exceptional and made you such a prime candidate for his team. Can I take you back to that phone call with your dad that drove you from North London to Crystal Palace as a kid to build your career, and the fact that you could be on for a treble now in North London and going to a World Cup?
It's when you put it like that, it's amazing. Of course, we're going for a treble and a World Cup on the horizon. In terms of Mikel, he's been great for me this season. My teammates have been amazing. I think we've achieved a lot so far, and obviously we've got to get over the line now, which is well documented. But yeah, I think so far it's been a good season, and there's so much more to play for.
Henry, no, anyone else? Cadence? Over the far side here.
Hi, Noni. I want to ask you about the chemistry in the group. You guys are trying to build something very important. How much have you guys built so far, and how much do you think you still need to build for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think we're a very close group. That's my opinion. I think the coach and his coaching staff have created a good culture around the place, a culture that allows us to express ourselves and be who we are on and off the field. And yeah, I'd say we're in a good place in terms of that going into the World Cup for sure.
And when you play a friendly game like this one and the next one with Japan, how is it different compared to an official game when 3 points means something? And how much do you think you need to take advantage of this opportunity to showcase yourself?
For me, it's not really that different. Whenever I play for my country, I know that it's something that should be taken so seriously. Like any game I play, to be honest, for whether that's for club or country. So it's no different to me.
Hey Nani, Joel here. Just so you know, there's obviously a lot of competition, which you already know. Can you say that you can feel the intensity even more with this last camp because it's kind of like, the final chance to make it? Do you reckon it's a bit extra tense, or would you say that you're pretty comfortable?
I'm a pretty relaxed person, so I think for me it's similar to all the other camps I've had for England. Obviously, you know that it's very, very competitive. You're with the best players in the country, so that goes without saying. But in terms of any added tension or heightened emotion this camp, no. I think it's just about doing our best for the country tomorrow and in the upcoming game after that.
And you've been obviously in the camp, for a while now. You've got the experience, but where has your game improved, would you say, as time has gone on?
Since I made my debut for England?
Yes.
I feel like with age and experience and more games, maturity comes. I feel like you slow down in high pressure situations a little bit. I'd say that. In terms of the responsibility that Thomas has given me since he's come in, I'm really grateful for that, and I just want to kick on and do my best every single time I step on the pitch and help my team win.
Go to Hamza here.
Hi Noni, you just discussed competition and you mentioned Bukayo earlier. Do you find it a bit frustrating having to compete with someone that's so good? Obviously you're an amazing winger, having played for Chelsea, done brilliantly with England 21s, played for England, but it's like,
thank you.
It's like England have the two best right wingers in the world and they're competing against each other, which I imagine feels a bit frustrating, right?
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things. I feel like when you play for a team like Arsenal, when you play for England, competition is just a given. It's something that's always there at the highest level in football. Like I said, me and B or whoever, I think the focus has to be on England or your club as a collective, as a whole, and you just have to do your best.
Does it ever make you think about trying different positions, or does it give you a bit of does it incentivise you when Bukayo moves for 10 for Arsenal and then you can nail down the right, and you think for England maybe the same could be true, or maybe you could play 9 or on the left? Are those things that you think about?
No, I mean, football's a game about opinions. I think different people, different cultures have different opinions, and the fact that I'm versatile, I think definitely helps me a little bit. I can play on the left and the right. And I'll reiterate again, I'll play wherever the coach needs me to play, and I'll try and do my best.
No, you go. Sorry, yeah.
Can you talk about your relationship with Bukayo, though, and how much you got to know him as a player? You would have looked at, I'm sure, in that position, but how much you came into the club and it wasn't the greatest reaction to your arrival. How much has that togetherness in that team helped you grow as a player, and what have you learnt about Bukayo?
Yeah, I think anyone who knows us or sees us knows we have a real mutual love and respect for each other. There are bits of his game that I try and take, and I think there are bits of mine that he tries to take as well. So, listen, we're very, very close, and we know, regardless of who's playing or things of that nature, we know that we're meant to be pulling in the same direction, and that's not going to change.
And can you tell us a bit more about Thomas Tuchel in comparison to Mikel Arteta? Because he doesn't have that much time with you. I know he tries to make it as enjoyable as possible. We were watching you at St George's Park in your training session, and he was just looking at the other two coaches and they were laughing their heads off. They love watching you in competition. They love making it enjoyable. But Harry Maguire's talked about the profile of players. He wants you to be ruthless on the pitch, big, strong, cojones, I think was the word that Harry Maguire put it down to. But having that ruthlessness on the pitch, how does he get that over to you?
I feel like both Mikel and Thomas are obviously two of the best managers in the world. with great pedigree. I think they're similar in some aspects, like you said, in terms of the ruthless nature, in terms of being super efficient and trying to take care of all the details to make it easy on us. And I feel comfortable in at both club level and playing for my country. And I think they both want me to just try and play to my strengths because they know that can help the team for sure.
And your brother's a bit of a genius in the music industry. It's been a long time since you've had a World Cup song. I know you've been in the booth. Any chance of getting the boys together?
I've been in the booth.
Haven't you?
Who told you that?
You've said it in an interview, mate, so you've done yourself.
Maybe not from me, maybe from him. But I'll just stick to trying to play football to the best of my ability.
Ben Hoddle, safe then.
Finish with James Ollie here.
Ollie, hi. Just check. I think you had a cast on your wrist on Sunday. Is it?
Yeah.
Is everything okay now? Oh, you still got it?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
What happened?
Just a little sprain. It's really nothing and doesn't hinder me at all.
Yeah. Obviously, your last England performance against Serbia was that the best you felt? You think in an England shirt?
I'd say I felt really good in that game for sure. I don't know if it's the best I felt, but I felt really good. And of course, to score your first goal for England is always a really special moment.
Is the challenge for you now to replicate that for England? Because obviously you haven't had a chance to play for them since. Is the challenge now for you to just hit that level every time you go out there?
Yeah.
Great.
There you go. And thanks for your time, guys. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Hello?
Okay, guys, now joined by Thomas Tuchel. As ever, 2 questions per person, please. Rob, if you want to get us underway.
Hey, Thomas.
Hi.
So much to ask you as ever, but I think the biggest topic of debate that we've had since we last spoke to you is about your right-back choices.
Yeah.
You called up Ben White, mainly as a right-back. We know he can play centre-back as well, but again, you chose not to call up Trent Alexander-Arnold. Can you explain that thinking to us, please?
It's just a choice. It's a sportive choice and a difficult choice and maybe a hard choice. And maybe to a certain degree, maybe unfair, but these choices have to be made. The choice was for Ben White because I saw him play here in the final, in the cup final against Manchester City. He played the Champions League match, I think, before, and was straight away back to his old self. It was the chance for me to meet him in person, to see how he interacts with the group. I think I know what Trent can give us. So the choice was for Ben, to call Ben up, and for Tino Livramento on the right side to stick with the guys who actually had the good camps with us in September, October, November. They also need the minutes. There are a lot of players on this position, Chad Spence as well, who fight also for a ticket. So I didn't want to leave them out. I know that it creates noise when you leave a player like Trent out. And we had a call. I tried to explain the situation, but just has to accept it.
The players that are here will be thinking this international break's kind of their last chance to impress you before that you've got a big decision to make. And some of these players aren't going to be here for the second camp as well. You're going to have to release a few of them.
Yeah.
Do you sense that the pressure is building? Do you sense an extra intensity amongst the group because of all of that?
No, there are a lot of players who are new with me, or completely new as newcomers in the England camp, or they had a long break and are back, so first time with us. But it's a good atmosphere. We addressed it straight away that this is the last camp because it is a reality that it's last camp. So why not to straight away address it? And encouraged everyone to be the best version of themselves, but be also good teammates. We know that they want to impress. We know that they want to compete. You can say against each other, but it is a team. We try to build a team. It's a team effort, and everyone behaves in that way. We demanded a positive attitude. We demanded from everyone that everyone tries to connect as quick as possible to each other, which they did. It was a very positive atmosphere, and I think we are ready to have a good match tomorrow. Will everything work smoothly and automatically on the pitch? Maybe not. But it is not easy to take a chance like this, and it comes with a bit of pressure and it comes with scrutiny. But that's the job, and that's for the players as well, and that's the situation in which they are in. It's a very positive pressure because they fight for England and they fight for a ticket for the World Cup, and there is also a lot of football still to be played on club level and European level. And I will be in the stadiums and I will be in front of the TV and keep on watching. So decisions will be made late in May, and tomorrow is just a chance to impress. And at the moment, everyone is positive and like as you wish it to be.
Alex.
Hi, Thomas. These players that you've got have got a chance to impress you for this week. When will you make the decision, or are there players who you've got this week who you were planning to send away that are going to stay longer than planned, or when will you make that decision?
I will make the decision on Friday night after the match, because then we have a clear feedback about injuries and we have clear feedback about the guys who are coming in and then are in camp. So we also need to reevaluate their situation, and then we take the decision. Some players know that this can be the case, and they had enough time to digest it, because it's more of a chance than of a negative thing. And there are many ways to impress. You can impress, of course, tomorrow on the pitch with a top performance, but you can also impress as a teammate. You can impress in training. You can impress off the pitch on a social level. So there are many ways to impress, and everyone, is of course on their best behavior, as you can imagine. But it's nice that they're not fighting against each other. They're fighting with each other. And at the moment, everyone believes that he can start tomorrow. Decisions are not made, and there will be some disappointment. I think this is normal on Saturday morning when we split the group. But the group that stays in the second camp deserves also our full attention and deserves to be a small group, and that we can support them and push them to the second match.
We've just had Nani Madaweki in here speaking about his England career and chances. He's in a unique position where he competes with Bukayo Saka at club level and then for the international team as well. How do you see that battle? What does it bring out in him? And what do you like that Nani Madaweki brings to the England team?
Yeah, so first of all, I like that he plays for Arsenal, of course, and is involved in so many chances for titles, and that he's in a competitive environment. Is sometimes difficult because he competes with one of the very best. He himself can be one of the very best. I feel and I believe that we saw the best version of him in June, where we had a difficult camp, but he was maybe our best player against Andorra, and he had a very strong camp in September, an outstanding match against Serbia, and then quite a tricky injury. And Bukayo took over at Arsenal, and Bukayo took over at England for us. So they're fighting for it. I strongly believe that we need more than one player on each position. So it will be in the end a good competition for us. Noni was very, very strong, and he needs to show up tomorrow and show that he can continue where he left, because he was not with us October, November. So it's quite a long time, but we have high expectations. He's in good spirits. I will try to push him because I think he needs that. He gets a little push, and then he's in the responsibility to deliver.
Kerry.
Thomas, good evening. Maybe one of your toughest decisions as you name the squad, Phil Foden and Cole Palmer, two quality players.
Yeah.
Can you describe from your point of view the profiles they offer you to take to a World Cup, and how hard that decision might be from the training camps this week?
Quite similar. Both left-footed, both good in the half position, both very good in the first steps with the ball. They can drop a shoulder, beat players in both directions. High understanding of the game. They love to put other players into action. They love to assist. They love to play risky passes. I think maybe Cole takes a little bit more risk in his game than Phil. Phil is maybe, he played like several times now also for City on an 8 position, very, very responsible. Is maybe a bit more physical in terms of non-stop running, and Cole has these little outbursts of pace and speed and creativity, but they're quite similar, and they're both on the highest level. And when you see them in training, it's pure joy, because every little exercise they show their quality, and they're in love with the ball, and the ball is in love with them. So it's a pleasure to watch, and in the end we will have a difficult decision, because there come some other players also into camp on the number 10 position, so it will be a tough one.
And also looking at Calvert-Lewin and Dom Solanke, who have come into the squad in this. How hard is it to find the player to come into the squad as the understudy to Harry Kane, or the man to step in when Harry Kane isn't available?
Very difficult, because Harry is our captain and the goal getter, and of course a starter for us. And the question is then always, like, if we are chasing a result, do we really take Harry off? And when is the chance to be a substitute for Harry? Is there, like, when is that moment, or do we even look for someone who can play with Harry? Do we even look for someone who is maybe then also a good penalty taker? because maybe in the heat Harry is maybe not on the pitch anymore when it comes to penalties. So who can replace him there? So these are the questions that we have to answer. But first of all, it's important that the two of them understand that it's a big chance to be in camp without Harry and not like to sit on the bench and wait for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but to compete actually for a real chance to start and get good quality minutes. And that's what they're up to. That's the challenge for the both of them. They're very like all of them. They're very positive about it, and I feel that they really wanna show what's in them. We had a very good training session yesterday, and hopefully they can prove the point tomorrow.
James.
Hi, Thomas. Can you tell us who your captain will be tomorrow?
Good question. Normally, I would say between John Stones, Jordan Henderson, Jordan Pickford, one of the three.
So you haven't decided yet?
Depends who starts, and then I will decide.
The last friendly here in October against Wales, the atmosphere was a little quiet. Do you need a bit of patience from the fans tomorrow night, given what you're working towards?
Yeah, that would be ideal, but it's I understand if you come, you have also high expectations. So will everything work out smoothly from the start, and everyone will find its position, its rhythm? I mean, there will also be some nervous players there, and they will find their way into this game. This would be normal if it's the case. Don't forget, we play against high quality opponent with high quality players, like up front and in midfield. It's like really they play for top clubs. It's a top coach, so it's a tricky one. And we need to fight our way into it. We need to run our way into it. We need to be physical. If not everything is maybe straight away clear. We need all to be patient. But at the same time, I expect us to play with freedom and to play with excitement and to take the chance and not hesitate.
Thomas, hi. Before past World Cups, England would often play opposition from around the world to prepare them for the group stage, because obviously you mainly focused on European opposition. But is that so important now? Because a lot of the players play in Europe, so there's a familiarity. And are all styles around the world becoming a little bit more familiar?
I'm not sure if the styles become familiar. I have the feeling everyone is doing really complicated things, and I see in every opponent I see new stuff that I haven't seen before, and we need to come up with new solutions. Be it against Wales last time, which was so difficult to find the right press. Be it against Serbia, who had a new coach, where we needed to adapt our press after 20 minutes because we couldn't get it fully right. And if you don't get it fully right, everyone plays now with a goalkeeper. Everyone has options to play short. Everyone has options to go long. Everyone tries to catch you out in a one-on-one counter movement and whatever. There are so many different styles. Now we play against Bielsa. Anything it's off textbook. Everything is off textbook. So we need to be on our top level. And I have the feeling it doesn't matter anymore if you play from which part of the world you play. It's getting more and more complicated.
Hamza, then we'll finish here.
Hi, Thomas. In the past few camps, you've been very clear about having very clear system and roles for players. For example, in midfield, you've had a 6-8-10. In Albania, you changed it up a bit, 6 and double 10s. You explained it was because of the way that they were playing.
Yeah.
But do you see tomorrow and Tuesday as an opportunity to change your system up a bit as well? Are you going to try a few different things in that sense?
I mean, we have so many new players, and the players who were with us, it was really like a long time since we are together. So we focused on re-establish the things that we were good at. So, I'm not sure if we see a lot of new stuff because, I think the focus is more on re-establishing the things that we did good and then adapt to what the opponents demand. We have the feeling that, or we predict that Uruguay will play with 3 very mobile midfielders, which is a bit similar to the Albania game. So they change position, they rotate, they play with 2 wide aggressive wingers and the classic number 9 with Nunes. So a lot of quality and a lot of very unique style of playing, of build-up, and how they want to create chances. Very physical, a lot of running that we have to match. Otherwise, it's not possible. But we try to re-establish our principles in our structure, and then we adapt details in order to make the press easier, or to make the starting positions easier for the players, to not end up in awkward positions or in awkward moments. But we cannot fully predict everything, because opponents are strong, opponents change their style of play, but that's basically the approach that we took.
And just on a slightly different question, you mentioned before about the importance of cherishing coming to England and respecting the shirt and so forth.
Yeah.
You were asked about Ben White earlier. Ben was unavailable for 3 years to not play for England.
Yeah.
Why do you think a player that made that decision deserves the opportunity to play for England at a World Cup?
Why do I think that? Because first of all, I think everyone deserves a second chance. Second, I don't know exactly what happened. I was also not 100% interested in that, because I wanted to open a new page and a new book and a new opportunity. Once I asked Ben if he would be ready to play for me and for England, he straight away, without hesitation, said he would love that, and he would love to come back, and is desperate to come back. When the chance opened up for him with the injury of Jarell Kwanzaa very late, the reaction came within seconds and was very euphoric and very, very positive, very emotional about it. That showed me that he really means it. The way he behaves and the way he trained here in camp is exceptional, very, very good. Shows his quality. I think it is necessary that he clears the air with his teammates. And I think he does, and I think he will, once players come back who were in the World Cup together with him, and then we go from there. Let's see how it goes, and let's see how he feels. If he feels as confident and as comfortable as he thought he would. Until now, this is the case, and he has my support. Hopefully, he gets the support from the spectators, and we take it from there.
Hi, Thomas. Last 2 friendlies before the World Cup. How much is the World Cup in your mind, and how much advanced are you in making the decision? Maybe not about the players, but about the style of play, about the type of squad you want to have in the USA.
If you believe it or not, I think I will take all these decisions very, very late, and maybe when we are in the US, when I feel actually the heat, and when I feel the fatigue of the players, when I feel the consequences of the heat, humidity on the players. I think then we will take maybe all these decisions. We spent a lot of time thinking and planning about the World Cup before camp, but during this camp, all our energy went into our group here, because they deserve it, and all the energy went into preparing this match tomorrow. This is how it normally is. I think this is how it will be in the World Cup as well. Once you're in it, you just work your way through day by day, through the defensive patterns, offensive patterns, through the meetings, and then you rewatch the game, and you debrief your meetings, and you debrief your training sessions, and the next day comes. So this is the nice part of it. We will think about the World Cup and the nomination after the camp, not now. And for tomorrow, everything that counts is that we play positive, and we play with energy and positive attitude, and we take a chance again to re-establish our patterns of play, and hopefully we get another win. It will be difficult, I guess, because the opponent is strong, but this is where all the energy goes at the moment.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.